I'm Zane, a primary care doctor, and in this video we're comparing two of the most popular smart blood pressure machines, the Withings BPM Connect and the Omron Evolv. I've reviewed each of these machines separately, but today we're going to pit them against each other to figure out which one can help you reach your health goals in the best way. Like the individual reviews I've done of each of these machines, this video is not sponsored, and it contains my actual opinions about the devices. Both the Omron Evolv and the Withings BPM Connect here sync with apps on your phone to help you track and interpret your blood pressure and share it with your healthcare provider, letting you detect and lower high blood pressure before it causes significant damage. They each have their own unique design, but both combine the cuff and machine into one unit without any wires, which makes them more compact and portable than a lot of machines. And as one commenter on my Omron Evolv review video put it, no more cord for the cat to chew on. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how each machine differs in the areas that matter, including value, smart features, ease of use, and most importantly, accuracy. So keep watching to find out which one of these is right for you. So let's start with the most important aspect of any blood pressure machine, the accuracy. The individual units that I tried of both the Omron and the Withings machines were generally accurate when I compare them to a clinical grade blood pressure machine. That's not surprising because both of these machines are listed on validatebp.org, where they test machines for accuracy. It's always possible that the unit you get could vary due to the manufacturing process, and it has happened to one of my patients before. So it's always a good idea to bring your blood pressure machine to the doctor's office to check it against theirs. And that goes for any blood pressure machine you might buy. I recommend that to all my patients. As far as design, I think they both look great. Personally, I like the look of the Withings machine, but that's a matter of taste. How it looks might make us more likely to use it, but what's more important is how easy the machine is to use, and that's the Omron one. Its cuff is a little rigid, which actually makes it easier to put on and take off your arm. The Withings is a little harder to get on and off. Plus, the dot matrix display on the Withings machine definitely looks much cooler, but it actually makes it harder to read, which makes me think that Withings prioritized design over ease of use. At the end of the day, like we'll talk about in a bit, the main purpose of a smart blood pressure machine is having the app track blood pressure readings over time and help interpret them, so the display can be secondary. But it's still important to be able to see the reading right after you take it, for which the Omron is better. So the winner here is the Omron because it's easier to use and still looks kind of cool. Both machines use batteries instead of cords, but they each approach the issue very differently. The Withings BPM Connect uses a rechargeable battery that they say lasts up to 6 months. And what's nice is the machine's battery level is displayed in the actual app itself, but it recharges using an aging connector, micro USB, which hasn't been updated since the machine first came out in 2019, and you'd think they'd at least update it with USB-C or wireless charging or something. The Omron Evolv goes even further back in time, using disposable AAA batteries. But if you get rechargeable ones, they may not be as bad for the environment. People online say the battery lasts about 4 to 6 months, which is on par or maybe a little less than the Withings. But since the batteries are changeable, you don't need a power adapter with the Omron, but if you use rechargeable batteries, then you'll need a charger for them anyway. And micro USB cables are still around for now, so the Withings machine will probably be the easier one to charge for most people. For now, the Withings wins this one because it's just easier to manage the battery charge, but it would have been an obvious winner if it had USB-C or, better yet, wireless charging. Alright, the smart features. The smart features are the main reason to get one of these blood pressure cuffs, so let's compare how each one implements them. For the first step, pairing the machine with your phone using Bluetooth is relatively easy for both of them. But in terms of everyday use, Withings has the advantage because the Withings BPM Connect has Wi-Fi built in. So it connects to your home network like your laptop or your streaming box do. It uses that to connect directly with Withings servers, which then sends the readings to your app. You need to take an extra step and connect it to your Wi-Fi, but it's worth it because you don't even need your phone to keep a log of your blood pressure. That really minimizes the steps to logging. Then you open the app later and your readings will be there automatically. It sounds like a long and complicated way of doing things, but it removes the need to have your phone around and connected to get your readings. The downside though is that if someone else uses your machine, it'll store their readings in your phone. You can get around this, but it requires a little extra work. You can change the active user from the app, which takes away some of its convenience. The Withings BPM Connect, though, can support up to 8 different users. The Omron Evolv just stores the readings in the machine and downloads them to your phone each time it connects. The Evolv supports up to 2 users compared to the Withings 8. Unlike the Withings machine, the Evolv has to connect to your phone every time, so you can switch the active user in the app when you connect it, but the last person to use it needs to download their readings to their phone first. Both Withings and Omron's apps are great for tracking blood pressure through both a list of readings and graphs. Both of them interpret your blood pressure readings for you, letting you know if they're normal or what stage of hypertension they're classified as. Can also export your blood pressure readings that you can share with people like your doctor, your nurse, or family members. The Withings app shows the minimum and maximum readings, and the Omron app lets you filter readings by whether they were taken in the morning or evening. I tested all of this on an iPhone because I don't have an Android device, so if you've used one of these devices with Android, leave a comment to let us know how well they work together. For iPhone users though, the Apple Health app is a great place to have all your readings stored because it acts like a hub for all your smart devices and their data. It's especially useful if you have an Apple Watch or track your steps and activity with your iPhone. I definitely found a difference between the Withings and Omron apps when connecting to Apple Health. Withings made it easy, but Omron was inconsistent. The Withings app has true integration with Apple Health. The readings from their app synced completely to Apple Health. I did have issues with the Omron app though, because it didn't sync the readings from Omron's own app to Apple Health, at least not every time. So it felt like the only way to get the most out of the Omron machine was to use their own app, which means I couldn't take advantage of Apple Health's ability to combine all my health information. Hopefully your app will sync better, or they'll release a software update to fix it. For iPhone users at least, the winner is the Withings in my opinion. If the Apple Health integration with the Omron gets fixed, then it could turn out to be a tie. If you have an Android phone and use one of these machines, let us know how well its app works on that platform. When it comes to price, both of these machines are more expensive than a lot of blood pressure machines out there. The Withings BPM Connect usually goes for $130 online, but I've seen it on sale for around $100. The Omron Evolv is cheaper, and all of a sudden the lack of some features doesn't really seem as bad. It's usually listed for $100 but can be found on sale for less sometimes. Remember to add the cost of batteries, which might add around $5 or so to the cost. That's a lot of money to pay for a blood pressure machine, especially when a lot of patients use another Omron machine that doesn't have smart features, that costs under $30 and is also listed on Validate BP. So you're paying more than 3 to 4 times as much for smart features and portability. The winner here is the machine that's cheaper but still gets the job done, the Omron Evolv. But between these two, which one is right for you? Both of these machines hit the 2 most important aspects of blood pressure monitoring: accuracy and keeping a log of your readings. The Withings BPM Connect has more features and conveniences but costs more, and is a little harder to use when actually checking blood pressure. But it does the most important step of tracking blood pressure really well, and your readings just show up without you having to think about it, the ultimate convenience. And it integrates with Apple Health well, and it's nice to see your blood pressure readings along with other health metrics. The Omron Evolv is missing the seamless Wi-Fi logging and doesn't take full advantage of Apple Health integration, but it's also cheaper and still does the job. On top of that, it's easier to actually use than a lot of existing cuffs, including the Withings in my opinion. So if you're on a budget but want to make tracking blood pressure a little easier, the Omron Evolv may be right for you. If they were the same price, which could happen if the BPM Connect was on sale and the Evolv wasn't, I'd probably get the BPM Connect. It's better in a lot of ways, but most importantly in automatically logging your blood pressure readings. At the end of the day, the differences are small when you consider the fact that both will help you keep better track of your blood pressure, so you can't really go wrong. But if you want to know what the numbers actually mean and what to do about them, check out this video over here. And to see the individual reviews of each of these machines, check out these videos. See you in the next one. Peace.